as Havas Media is all about finding meaning for not just consumers, but for brands. So we'll show you something really, it's a bit of a refresher. We know you know this, but it's just something to keep you a bit more refreshed, okay? Social media has actually overtaken pornography as the #1 activity on the internet, which is sad for a lot of males, but again, it's good for everyone. In fact, social media was present during every single major event last year. From the Boston Marathon, from the NBA Finals, of course Super Bowl, and even how the Pope has come on to social media. And of course, when the typhoon hit the Philippines and pummeled its way across Asia. Ashton Kutcher and Britney Spears actually have more followers than the population of these countries. If you think about it, over 500 million tweets are sent daily. And on Facebook, 60 million status updates happen on Facebook daily, which means a lot of people are actually wasting time. Or not working, that's. On Instagram, if you think about it, 55 million photos are uploaded daily. 13% of the internet use Instagram. And over 16 billion photos have been shared so far. Here's a fun thought. 35 million selfies have been uploaded, and according to Time magazine, Manila is the selfie capital of the world. Okay? It also has the distinction of selling the most, since we have someone from Guinness here, the most number of toothpaste brands for smiling. If you think about it, the landscape has changed dramatically in these past few years. In fact, 4 years ago, we started sharing photos, but more than that, photos with filters. We started learning how to tweet and share our thoughts and feelings in 140 characters only. Suddenly, that little number sign on your typewriter, now on your keyboard, and now on your keypad has redefined itself. 10 years ago, we started to like everything. But that has brought some problem because we've struggled as an industry, okay, to suddenly give value to a lot of other things. Like, for example, how do you put value to each post, to each tweet, to each Instagram photo? How do we measure the true value of each specific action that social media gives us? But what if we told you that we've actually found a way to quantify tweets, not just counting them, but actually putting a specific value to social media? What if we told you that we found a way to physically translate a tweet into something of a real value action? It's not just anymore a bit of words or phrases strung together, or a picture taken because of it's a YOLO day or an OOTD day. What if we told you that when you want a tweet to work harder for your specific brand, we can literally put those words to work? It's funny because in today's world, where everyone has a say, one can only wonder what one word can do, and more importantly, what it can mean. Lights, please, as we show you a little bit more on the word.
Once upon a time, there was the Word, and the Word was made flesh, and the world fell into place around us. Strange, spiky, rocky lump of land became mountain. Wet, salty, never stand still fish place became sea. Flesh bag with hair on head standing on 2 feet with no tail became you and me. Words were bridges once upon a time. They spanned cultural divides, crossed social gaps, invited contact, and gave people a way to meet in the middle. Words have also been keys, syllables that unlocked intent and meaning, that opened the doors to love, peace, or the beginning of it at least. But words have also been used as walls, as barricades between us and them, as boundaries dividing his and hers, or piss marks separating mine and not yet mine. Words have been nails driven into crosses and coffins, sharper than fangs, louder than bombs. But once upon a time, there was the word. The word that you could etch in stone, that was stronger than oak, that needed no handshakes or Bibles to bind you. The word that was not divorced from action, nor devoid of meaning, nor bereft of heart. So spread the word. Once upon a time is upon us again.
We'd like to introduce you to something we'd like to call the Havas Engagement Activated Responsive Technology Robot. I'll say it again for those who didn't get it. It's the Havas Engagement Activated Responsive Technology Robot. But a lot of us in the office would like to call it fondly the HeartBot. The HeartBot is more than just a lovely little piece of acrylic here. In our opinion, it's a platform that allows you to create other machines. Machines that will actually invite a lot of engagement, a lot of interaction. Okay? Not just for the consumers, but it can actually work for specific brands that decide to play this way. We believe that words now will have more meaning with a bit of heart. Now, we've shown you why we're doing this, and we're showing you now what it looks like. I'm going to invite to the stage the innovation collaborator of Havas Media, Jason Drilon, to actually show us how it actually works. Lights, please.
Good morning, everybody. We're really proud to show you HeartBot today. Thank you for taking 30 minutes of your time. As Tony mentioned, HeartBot is both a software and hardware platform. It's social media and activation. It's digital and physical. What we've actually done with HeartBot is build a prototype. It's a proof of concept. What type of action can it do? Anything we can think of, right? So I'll go through a quick demo. Right now, we're mining hashtags. So, for example, let's do an experiment here. We wanted to do heat, right? How does a tweet translate into heat energy? For the purpose of this demo, we'll use light, because if we put heat here, we might risk making the fire extinguishers go off. So I'll ask some audience participation. We'll ask the chairman of Havas Media, Hoss Ortega, to help us out here. Hoss, if you please, can you send an Instagram post? Just make sure to hashtag it HeartBotHeat. Send it in. Takes a few seconds to load, but again, this is a proof of concept. We were able to work in such a way that Instagram's open API, there you go. See, the only thing powering HeartBot is the hashtag. So let's try something else. Now that we've done heat, let's do cold. Let's do a fan, all right? I just attached this little fan to demo. Tony mentioned a while ago that the Philippines has been the selfie capital of the world. I mean, the biggest selfie so far was 1.5 million retweets from the Oscars a couple weeks back. That was with Ellen DeGeneres. But let's see if this actually goes viral too. So I'll take a selfie with everyone. Well, everyone we can see. Say hi, everyone. All right. I'm just going to hashtag this. HeartBotHeat as well. HeartBotCool. Send it off to Instagram. Selfie, couple of seconds to load. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should kick in any time. Right? Proof of concept. Fingers crossed. There you go. Yeah. So you've seen just two basic things that we've been able to build with HeartBot. You know, HeartBot is more than this piece of plastic and acrylic. HeartBot is a software and hardware platform that actually can translate social activity into actionable items, actionable actions. Yeah. So whatever you want, we can try to build it for you. We have the system. But Tony, I'll turn you back over to Tony because we've done a few brainstorms on some ideas on how else you can extend HeartBot's capabilities. So Tony?
Yes. So again, we've seen that every time it actually lights up, you know that someone's tweeting it now and retweeting it. So that's pretty cool. But how does it actually work for specific brands or specific engagements? Okay. Very, very simple. HeartBot can actually be at the center, okay, of a machine that can actually cool things and refresh. So how do you refresh social? Okay. Very, very simply, in hot weather climates, what we can do is actually get the HeartBot to power a fan. But before it powers a fan, you have to tweet a specific hashtag, for example, Coke refreshes. Okay? So anyone standing there, oh, that was cold, can actually make the fan move. Okay? The beautiful thing about this is that you can even ask your friends to actually tweet for you to keep the fan going. Okay. And we think it's a very, very simple thing to do, but it gets a lot of engagement because, again, what it is doing for everyone is an instant gratification of a tweet becoming something, a more tangible action. Another example would be, for example, if it can cool you down, maybe it can also heat you up. So imagine, again, tropical places like Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, for example. Okay? We're not just known for our beaches that, you know, and then the weather that's, 27 degrees. It's actually also known for people who are very, very warm. And to make sure that the Philippines, or DOT, or the Department of Tourism, sells, for example, the idea of the Philippines being a really warm place for everyone, in specific places that are cold, imagine Ireland, Norway, for example. Okay, there you go. We can actually get people, who are feeling cold, to stand by a heater. And the heater, okay, will actually be driven by tweets. So for example, if the hashtag would be more fun in the Philippines, and we get every Filipino tweeting it. Oh, again, someone, can you please stop? I'm kidding. You can get people to actually stand by it, and you could see the different tweets and different Instagram pictures of people selfieing themselves to death in beaches, in resorts, in the different many places that this is possible. And you can actually get people to say, oh, it is more fun in the Philippines. Even winters are more fun in the Philippines, for example. Okay. Again, the HeartBot is actually can also be part of another type of engagement. For example, in the cinemas, HeartBot can actually trigger video. As you watch videos, normally if you watch the movies as the end, people start standing up and people say, oh, that's it. Okay, but before everything dies down, someone stands up and says, hey, I'm from Philips, and we're selling a new type of LED screen. It's actually bigger, which allows you to see more. And that's what we're going to be doing today. As he stands up at the theater, and the end comes up, he says, no, it's really not the end. And he tweets. And he actually tweets, see more, live more. And you can actually see extended cuts, previews, a lot of other, even specific branded message if you want. Again, the HeartBot can also spur another type of engagement. Next, please. For example, if you're saying goodbye, we've all done it before we leave a country that we've just visited on holiday. We actually say, I'm going to miss you. What we can do is we can engage people as they're taxiing to actually tweet and have their loved ones tweet, see you later SG. As they pass through a billboard, the billboard can mechanically wave, which is quite freaky, but it does work. Again. Can you disconnect it? Last but not least, I think it is about being able to crowdsource content and engagement in a live event, okay? So imagine that just recently the Stones were here, and what we can do is actually get the crowd and divide the whole arena into 2 specific areas, okay? We can get these guys to actually be we're going to launch a blimp that's going to be flying left and right in the auditorium, in the concert hall for 1 minute, okay? And we'll give the people in the green section a hashtag called the Green Stones, or for example, the Blue Stones. And at the end of 1 minute, the blimp will stay at the specific group which has the most number of tweets, and it'll drop everything from t-shirts, mineral water bottle, not really, that would be heavy. Probably tickets, probably coupons. For example, if a specific brand like McDonald's would actually allow this, again, someone's still tweeting. We think that this is more than just an example of what social media can do in the future. We think there's so much opportunity. We think that we've actually found a new meaning for the term social currency. And it's our invitation that you check out the Heartbot and see how we can work together to find specific actions and specific engagements for you guys. I turn you over to our chairman, Vishnu Mohan, to close this out, the whole thing.
There you are.
Lights, please.
Not much to say. You've seen it yourself, and some of you have done it yourself, and you've seen the power that this can do for you, for the brands. And we are open to questions. Ask us anything that you think about it. If you really like it, what very, very interesting. Give us a big round of applause for this team. Let's come on.
So you can trigger really different actions, different activities at the same time by creating different tweets. Right, okay. But you can control those tweets, or can people tweet something that creates activities on the machine that's not part of your intention?
The nice thing about Heartbot is, from a brand perspective, if your brand already has a social media monitoring system, I mean, a lot of brands have to do that now with the volume of social media activity that goes through the internet. We slot in perfectly inside the social media monitoring system. So any tweet that goes into that goes from a consumer is usually moderated. So only the moderated ones, we can define it. Only the moderated ones can power the Heartbot. We work with moderation and filtering as well. So it is a totally modular system. We can work well with any existing social media infrastructure already.
So next question is, have you launched this and have you got a case study?
This is the first time we're launching the Heartbot.
Congratulations.
And we're excited about it. And we think that this is the right place to find opportunities to create this. A question over there.
Hi, George Patton from Accenture. The obvious question, I think it's great, but how much does it cost?
I would like to say $4.50, but it really is it's quite relative depending on the scale of the build. Okay, as you can see, we've done small scale builds like the heater, for example. Okay, or for example, big scale billboard builds. It really depends on the kind of execution, the length the duration of which the Heartbot will run with execution. We will be, we're welcome to sit down with you guys to create and co-create specific engagements for it. And we can, probably bring the price down when we agree.
Yes. Can it create multiple engagements with one tweet? So could you have multiple hotbots at locations?
Yes. We
Yes,
can.
yes.
Last question.
Oh, we have one
One
more
one.
question. Yes.
I'll just speak up. Well, you mentioned about having to create the structures. You mentioned about creating the structure, but can the software or the technology be embedded into an existing media platform? I mean, an existing billboard or an existing.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
definitely. I mean, the nice thing about this is that it doesn't disrupt traditional media systems, but it actually allows us to enhance specific media placements, buys, and interactions. In fact, getting more measurable interactions and engagements.